Srila Prabhupada. The great politician Pandita named Chanakya said that even one moment of time cannot be returned even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time. Either materially or spiritually, one should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time, and it is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried by the wind. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose. So this is a new chapter. Kapila is speaking. And the previous chapter ended with discussion about time. The eternal time factor has no beginning and no end. It is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the maker of the criminal world. It brings about the end of the phenomenal world. It carries on the work of creation by bringing one individual into existence from another, and likewise it dissolves the universe by destroying even the Lord of Death, Yamaraj. So that was the last verse of the last chapter. Continuing that is why in this verse Kapila Deva is saying, Tasya etasya jano nunam. Of this very time factor, Tasya etasya, continuing from the previous verse, in the previous chapter, this time factor, Nayam Vedoru Vikramam, Nayam Veda. They do not understand. Who does not understand? Janaha. Janaha, people, or common people, referring to common people in normal material consciousness. Jano, Nayam, Veda, they do not know. Uruvikramam is again qualifying the time, the very powerful time factor, Uruvikramam. Kalyamanopi, although it is carrying away the person. Api bhalino vayoriva ghanavalihi. Just like ghanavali, ghana, cloud, avalihi, mass of cloud is carried away, balino vayuhu, by a powerful wind, carries away the cloud. In the same way, people are carried away by time, the very powerful time, but they don't understand. Na Veda. The personality of Godhead said, Kapila Uvacha, as a mass of clouds, Ghanavalihi, does not know the powerful influence of the wind. Bhalino Vayuhu, Vayo. A person engaged in material consciousness, Janaha, does not know, na Vedu, na ayam Veda. A person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor. Uruvikramam, tasya uruvikramam, na Veda, na ayam Veda, by which he is being carried. Kalyamanaha. A mass of cloud does not know the powerful influence of the wind. A person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. So this is a verse that describes our situation in this material world. when we have this material consciousness, there are certain things around us, but we are not aware of it. Na vedoru vikramam, nayam na ayam veda uru vikramam. Although we are under the influence of a powerful time factor, we do not realize that. So Prabhupada has explained in the purport that how even a moment that has passed by, you cannot retrieve it by any amount of money. And hence, the direction for of the scriptures is that that within the time that we are allowed to live in this world, we should develop Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. But those who are not in Krishna consciousness are not aware of this. So the point is that we don't know our own situation. What are we? Who are we? What's happening around us? We are not conscious of it. There's a very similar verse by Shukadev Goswami in the Bhagavatam. Deha patra kalatradishu atma sainyesh vasatsvapi tesham pramatho nidhanam pashyannapi na pashyati. This verse is talking about Nayam Veda, one who does not know. And this verse by Shukadev Goswami talks about does not see. One does not know. One does not see. Pashyannapi na pashyati. Although he is seeing, he does not see. What is he talking about? Deha patra kalatradishu atma sainyesh asatsvapi. This is the confidence of a normal man in this world. He has a confidence that I have a personal army, atma sainyeshu. I have a personal army that is protecting me. And what is that personal army consisting of? Deha, patya, kalatra, adishu. Deha, apatya, kalatra, adishu, and so on. One's own body. I have a strong body. I have a young, strong body. Who can disturb me? And similarly, I have Deha Patya Kalatra Adishu. I have nice, loving children. And I have a very loving wife. And I have Adishu, and so on. I have my family. I have my children. I have my wife. I have my house. I have my bank balance. All of these things are my Atma Sainyeshu. This is my personal protection. But he does not realize that it is asatsvapi. It is not eternal. It doesn't last. Atma Sainyesh asatsvapi. Tesham pramatho nidhanam. Because he doesn't see all of them are nidhanam. They all get destroyed. It's like soldiers are there. When the real enemy attacks, all the soldiers immediately surrender and they don't fight anymore. That's what happens when time comes. Although we have all of this Atma Sainyeshu that we have built around us, none of them can actually protect us. So like this, his Atma Sainya is nidhanam, is being destroyed, but still he sees that, but he doesn't see that. Pashyannapi na pashyati. Although he sees his own, all of these personal arrangements that he has made is inevitably destroyed, but still he does not see. Pashyannapi na pashyati. Here, in the same spirit that Kapila is saying, Kapila Deva is saying, Nayam Vedoru Vikramam. This influence of Kala is Uru Vikramam. He does not see. That's why it is said, we don't see what is there, but we see what we want to see. We don't want to see that all of this is getting destroyed, So we somehow close our eyes to that. We don't realize it, although we are seeing it. That's the kind of a understanding. Pashyanna pina pashyati, nayam vedoru vikramam. I came across one interesting article. This article is about a study by some scholars in a university about wealth distribution in this world. So it's a very well established finding that large number of people are poor and few people are very rich. And this is true in every country, in every different parts of the times of the history of the world. It has always been so. 80% of the 20% of the people hold the wealth of 80% of the people, or something like that. To 80-20, they call it the power law. They found that 8 people in the world have the combined wealth of 3.8 billion people. So, some people are fabulously rich and some people are so very poor. This is the way, 80-20. So the researchers wanted to understand, why does this happen? The general understanding is that we live in a world of meritocracy, where if you work hard, if you pursue your dreams, and you are very well educated, and you can become rich and successful. That's the idea, that's the understanding. But then, if you see, so these researchers went about to see, how does hard work of people, how do people work hard? And mostly if you study this, like any other physical parameters, it follows what is known as a normal distribution curve. Remember that bell curve? So there's an average, just like height of people. If you take heights of people, there is an average height. Some people are more than the average, some people are less than the average, and then it tapers off. If the weight of a person also follows a normal distribution curve. It's not that some people are size of an ant, some people are the size of a skyscraper. No, it's not. It's more or less more or less our heights are about the same. That's the understanding. So, when IQ of people are studied, it more or less follows the normal distribution. There's an average, most people have that. And some people have more than that average, some people have less than the average. It follows a normal distribution curve. In the same way, hard work, effort put in. There is an average, most people, they went by the number of hours people work. So there's an average, and some people work more than the average, some people work less than. So when it comes to IQ, when it comes to hard work and any of those things, it follows a normal curve. But when it comes to reward, it's no more a normal curve. It's 80-20. So why is this? That was the theme of their research. And so they were developing a computer simulation model of this. And then they introduced something known as a luck factor for people. So some people have luck, and so although they work like any other people, suddenly they make more money at different times of their life, and that's how they become very rich. And they introduced this luck factor randomly in their study. And when they introduced that, the simulation showed that the wealth distribution was like 80-20. So their conclusion was that randomness is a feature of this world. So they almost come to this, but we say it is not randomness. There is another factor called Daivam. There is a factor of karma, there is a factor of blessings of God. So, intelligent people, they study this world, they find that yes, although you work very hard, you are very intelligent, not that you always make so much money, you are not rewarded. So what is it? Then they say that it is chance, it is luck, and so on. They don't know beyond that. So actually, we cannot figure out why this world is the way it is and how it is functioning on our own. We need the help of Vedic literatures. We need the help of spiritual knowledge. And from the Vedic literatures, Krishna explains that Panchaitani Mahabaho Karanani Nibodame Sankhye Krithante Prokthani Siddhaye Sarvakarmanam. There are 5 factors for bringing about success, and the 5th factor is Daivam. So, in this way, we can see that how when people try to study different things by themselves, they cannot figure out. Na Veda. In the same way, we are all influenced by time. Our life is temporary. But still everyone goes about planning, acting, doing things as if they're going to live forever. They never are conscious that, yes, my time is going to get over. I'll die. So, this is how this material world, that's why Prabhupada says, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know. When we have this material consciousness, when we are influenced by the 3 modes of material nature, we do not get an accurate picture of what the world is. There are certain real facts, but we will not know. Just like the existence of the soul. It's a very bewildering thing. Suddenly somebody dies, and the body that they were using, maybe a very beautiful body, very capable body, very strong body, but that body completely becomes useless in a moment. Isn't it? Moment the soul leaves. So this is the very bewildering aspect. So Krishna explains how we can see spiritual truth. Otherwise we will not see. How to see the spiritual truth, like for example, the existence of the soul. Very nice instructions by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita in 2 verses. In these 2 verses, Krishna is talking about the existence about the soul, who can see and who cannot see the soul. What is the qualification to see the soul? And what is the disqualification to not see the soul? Because truth is not being seen by a person in material consciousness. In this verse, Krishna is talking about the soul taking birth, leaving the soul, entering the body, leaving the body, death. Utkramantam sthitham vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Utkramantam means leaving the body, soul leaving the body. Sthitham means the soul is in the body, like in our normal situation. We are active, we are talking, walking, all of these things. The soul is the one which is present, sthitham vapi. Bhunjanam va gunanvitam. And a person is experiencing bhunjana, enjoying, experiencing, under the modes of material age, gunanvitam. This is what is happening. There is a soul in the body, and the soul is situated in the body, And when the soul is situated in the body, the person is acting and he is experiencing bunjanam va gunanvitam. And at a certain point of time, the soul leaves the body. Utkramantam. All this is happening. But vimudha nanupashyanti. One who is vimudha, one who is not knowledgeable, one who is not trained, nanupashyanti, na anupashyanti. He does not see the presence of the soul, how the soul is influencing. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha, because this can be seen with the eye of knowledge. So who can see? One who has the eye of knowledge. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. In the next verse, Krishna says something even more important. Yatanto yoginas chainam pashyanti atmanyavastitham yatantopyakruthatmano nainam pashyanti achetasaha. In the next verse, Krishna is saying further, what is the qualification of who can see and who cannot see? Yatanto yoginas chainam, yoginaha yatantaha. A yogi who is endeavoring, who is very seriously endeavoring. Yatanto yoginas chainam. Pashyanti, he can see this soul, presence of the soul, leaving of the soul. Pashyanti, if he is atmanyavastitham. Atmanyavastitham means one, if atmani avastitham, situated in the soul. Prabhupada translates that as Atmanyavastitham is situated in self-realization. If we are on the path of self-realization, then if we are on the practicing self-realization, so yatanto yoginas chainam pashyanti atmanyavastitham. An endeavoring yogi, if he is situated in self-realization, then he can see. So normally, if you read the purport, Prabhupada is talking about modern day yoga practitioners. And they are practicing yoga for some health, for decreasing some, losing some weight, or some decreasing some anxiety level, stress, all of those kind of things. They are not interested in Atmanyavastitham. That's not their goal. I want to be self-realized. I want to understand. Atmanyavastitham pashyanti. Yatanto yoginas chainam pashyanti atmanyavastitham. Yatantopi akruthatmano nainam pashyanti achetasaha. Yatantopi, although if he is endeavoring, the yogi is endeavoring, but if he is akruthatmanaha, and if he is achetasaha, nayenam pashyanti, he does not see. What is akruthatmanaha? Akruthatmana, Prabhupada translates this very simply, one who is not situated in self-realization. Akruthatmana, that means he is not complete, he is not controlled his senses and mind. In another place, Prabhupada translates akruthatmana to mean one who is not controlling his mind and senses. And achetasaha means one who has not developed his mind, one who has not purified his consciousness. So if one is akruthatmanaha and achetasaha, yatantopi, even if he is endeavoring in yoga, na enam pashyanti, he does not see the truth. He does not see the spiritual concepts that are actually working. So one has to be atmanyavastitham, always situated in self-realization, and one should not be akruthatmanaha, one should control one's mind and senses, and achetasaha, one should develop one's mind. Then we can perceive the spiritual truth. So this is how one has to conduct spiritual life, and Srila Prabhupada always emphasized that we have to be in this kind of an understanding. Actually, sometimes we get that spirit that we have to do a lot of service. Yes, we have to do a lot of service. But And sometimes devotees get success in their service and they develop some kind of a pride, all of these things. Actually, what is very important is the consciousness with which we do the service. When Rupa Goswami is describing the qualities of Krishna, he says, Krishna can be conquered by love. It is not by service. Of course, in some places it is said that by devotional service you can conquer. It is by devotional service, not simply the magnitude of service. And to illustrate that, Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion gives the example of Sudama. Sudama, what he gave to Krishna was very small, just palm full of flat rice. Just 2 days back, we had the Sudama, that was the Akshaya Tritiya. We remembered the pastime of Krishna and Sudama. So Sudama gave something very small, very paltry, but he gave with so much devotion that Krishna was very pleased. So Prabhupada writes in the in the Nectar of Devotion, Krishna becomes obliged to the loving spirit of the devotee and not exactly to the service rendered. No one can serve Krishna completely. He is so complete and self-sufficient that he has no need of any service from the devotee. It is the devotee's attitude of love and affection for Krishna that makes him obliged. So, Krishna becomes obliged by our attitude and loving affection and affectionate service. So, sometimes we lose focus on these things and we think that I have to do some big service, and when I do big service, Krishna will be pleased. No, Krishna will be pleased by the quality of our service, by the attitude of our service. Prabhupada very often emphasized this. Once in 1975, Prabhupada came to a certain temple in America. If you note carefully, in 1975, the book distribution was at its peak. There were many devotees in different parts of America, different parts of the world, and they were distributing large number of books, and devotees were very fired up about distributing books, and fierce competition was there, how many books they will sell, and Prabhupada used to encourage them so that they do well and distribute more books. So there was also a sense of a pride that some of these devotees were developing, we are distributing so many books, much more than others, and so on. And sometimes even as kind of a looking down upon others in the temple who are not doing book distributions, maybe pujari or cook or something like that. So once Srila Prabhupada had come in 1975, it is there in the Veda base also, you can see. Because Prabhupada came to that temple, many devotees from nearby temples also came there. To meet Prabhupada was not very easy. To come and see Prabhupada, it was not at all very easy, because Prabhupada would be traveling around the world, and so many temples were there, so many devotees were there. So when Prabhupada comes to a place, many devotees would come and try to have association, hear him, and so on. So a lot of devotees had come, and Prabhupada was giving a class, arrival class. And there were 3-4 big Sankirtan teams which had also come, and their leaders were all there, and hundreds of devotees. And when Prabhupada was talking to them, and then he asked any questions, one of the devotees, book distributors, very successful. And Prabhupada was praising the distributors, book distributors. You are doing very well, all of that. My Guru Maharaj wanted book distribution. So he would actually praise them also, encourage them also. So one of the book distributors asked the question, Srila Prabhupada, what pleases you the most? And actually they all wanted to hear that when you distribute large number of books, That will please me very much. And everyone was eager to hear that. What pleases you the most, Srila Prabhupada? And Prabhupada said, if you develop love for Krishna, that pleases me the most. So, we may do one service or the other service according to our aptitude, according to our ability, according to the situation that we are in. But through all of those services, we have to develop love for Krishna, bhakti for Krishna. We have to develop humility. That is important. We should not get carried away. I'm doing this service, and so many people are glorifying me, so many people are appreciating my service, and that is success. Actually, that is not success. When we develop love for Krishna, and when Srila Prabhupada is pleased, and he is most pleased when we develop love for Krishna. So, Prabhupada was very quick in detecting these kind of attitudes among devotees. There was another occasion in 1977, the last visit of Srila Prabhupada to the Western world. Prabhupada had come to London, and then again his health became deteriorated, and he didn't go further, and he went back to India. And he came back to India, and he came back to Vrindavan, and in November he left this world. So when he had come to London and during his last visit, so again devotees came from different places, and this time different countries, Germany and many other places. And here, 1977 also, a lot of book distribution happening, and Germans were known for hard work and their determination, and they were also stalwart distributors of books, and many of them had come. And so once Prabhupada was in his room in the Bhaktivedanta manner, and he sent word to all the German devotees. And so devotees became very happy. Oh, we have been specially called. And all the German devotees who were there all piled up one by one into the room. It's a small room, and a lot of devotees piled up into the room, and everyone settled. And they were thinking Prabhupada is going to again praise them. So nice book distribution you are all doing. So after everyone settled down, Prabhupada looked at everyone and he said, so you are all distributing my books very nicely, but do you know the philosophy? So nobody expected Prabhupada to ask about philosophy. We are distributing so many books, big books, all of that. So devotees were silent a little. So again, Prabhupada, do you understand the philosophy? Then there was a little silence, and then Prabhupada said, what is the essence of our philosophy? Then some devotees attempted, Yare deko, tare kaho. Some devotees said we should distribute books. What is the essence of philosophy? Prabhupada was not happy with any of those answers. Then Prabhupada said, the essence of our philosophy is, Krishna says, we are eternal. That is the essence. We are not this body. We are not this temporary existence that we have. We are eternal. And Krishna instructs us on this. So Prabhupada, the devotees heard all that, and then Prabhupada said, go. Everyone left the room. So Prabhupada wanted them to understand that this is the essence, that actually we are eternal. So this is the important thing. We cannot see for ourselves. We cannot make out. Our mind, intelligence fails to grasp the reality that we are in. We need the help of the Vedic literatures. And the Vedic literatures state that if we are on the path of spiritual consciousness, self-real, atmanya avasthitaha, akrutatmano achetasaha. If we are achetasaha and akrutatmanaha, if we don't cultivate the right consciousness, then we cannot see. We will not see the reality, we will not see the truth. And although the powerful influence of time is there, we don't see at all, like we see among the ignorant people in this world. They don't see that big scientists, big philosophers are there. They don't see that time is passing and they are getting old and they are dying. Other fellow scientists are all dying. They cannot see what happened to them, what happened to these big philosophers. They were all gone. This influence of time, these are realities. Nayam vedoru vikramam. This is the reality, but when we are in material consciousness, we cannot see these things. Pashyannapi na pashyati. So we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.